Hey, Pretty Girl Club. Welcome back to the Privilege Stacking series, and I want to talk about the difference between BBWs versus BWs. Okay, so BBWs are big, beautiful women. These are the women who happen to be big, but they have a level up mindset. They keep their body in the shape that they want to keep it in. They're working on themselves, and they don't hate on other women. So, those are what I would call BBWs. So those are members of the Pretty Girl Club who just happen to be big at this time. Whether they want to be big or they don't want to be big, it doesn't matter because they're not hating on other people or trying to drag others down. They're just minding their business. And then we have the BWs, which are the beluga whales. So beluga whales, big backs, and purple lipped woolly mammoths are are the type of women who don't want to work on themselves. They would rather talk shit about other women's looks and other women's bodies, and they want to police what other people are doing. So these are the ones who eat hot Cheetos for breakfast. They're eating ham hocks, potatoes, gravy, yams, and Thanksgiving dinner every single day. They have no discipline. They look sloppy as fuck. They have undigested boo boo in their intestines. And then they have the audacity to come for members of the Pretty Girl Club. So, when it comes to the content that we create here over in the exotical space, we cannot offend you if there's nothing that you get offended about. We can't latch if you don't have the insecurity to latch onto. So, people will do this thing where they have this fake outrage only towards people who tell the truth on their YouTube channels. So the fake outrage is only towards us. They have no smoke for anybody else except for the exotical YouTube channels. And so they will try to guilt us into silence, but I'm not being silent. If you are a beluga whale, I'm going to call it out. If you look like a purple lipped woolly mammoth with a parched afro, I'm going to call it out. And when it comes to things like weight, I just feel like people take woke culture way too far. It has become too extreme. So be sure to look at my other video where I talked about unlearning big back behaviors because one of the behaviors of purple lipped woolly mammoths and beluga whales is instead of them actually working on themselves or simply minding their business, they want to try to force you into silence. So now I'm not allowed to enjoy being skinny. I'm not allowed to eat my celery in peace. I'm not allowed to drink my pretty girl smoothie and go get my acai bowl in peace. Oh no, I have to pretend like I'm jealous or threatened by somebody who literally looks like they just got out of a hot dog eating contest. And it's like, if you're happy with your body and if you're minding your business and if you're not threatened by women who love being skinny, then why are you mad at our content? Why are you mad that we talk about being thin or being in shape or loving our bodies? Because I feel like the big, beautiful women who are either working on themselves or they like how they look or they simply don't care, those types of women, they're not trying to silence other people. So if you like being fat, that's fine. I'm not even talking about you. I'm talking about the fat ass bitches that want to come for random, skinny, beautiful women online in the exotical space in particular, and the women who have resorted to stalking people and attempting to silence them because you're mad that I call out that you have a muffin top over your jeans. Like, sis, you have way bigger problems to worry about. Don't you need to check your blood pressure? Like, what are you doing? You shouldn't even be on YouTube right now. All that stress, all the stress from trying to stalk people or silence people, your blood pressure is probably elevated right now. Can you even speak? Because every time I hear you on a microphone, all I hear is your heart beating super fast, you're breathing all hard, gasping for air. You can't even walk up a flight of stairs without having an asthma attack, and you have the audacity to talk about whether or not Exoticals should be making videos about being skinny. And for the people who are saying things like, oh, well, they're being masculine, they're being careless with their content, they're promoting eating disorders. How can I control what you do with your body? I can't. I didn't tell you to eat 5 cupcakes. I didn't tell you to go to the soul food restaurant and order everything on the menu. I didn't tell you to eat that entire bag of M&Ms and M's and Reese's. I didn't force you to do that. Do you see what I mean when I say the pretty girl is always the scapegoat? The person who is on the pedestal is constantly going to be used as a scapegoat because Even the BBWs, the big, beautiful women, they still care about their bodies because they're still getting pretty privilege. They're just getting it in a different way. So even big women who are operating in pretty privilege, they still do care about the beauty of their bodies at whatever its current size is. But for the lazy ass bitches who look sloppy as fuck and don't care about their bodies and then have the audacity to come onto my YouTube channel where I practice my freedom of speech, and then you want to try to silence me with your big back beluga ass, trying to put on 25 different shades of lipstick as a distraction from your refrigerator shaped body. You can't even tuck your shirt into your jeans. You literally are built like a wisdom tooth and have the audacity to try to silence us from talking about being skinny. No, we are going to eat our celery. We are going to promote healthy eating. We are going to promote going on walks. We're going to get off of our butts and we're going to go on a trail. We're going to go on some hikes. We're going kayaking over here in the Pretty Girl Club. We're going to go canoeing. We're going to go do some jump roping and some weightlifting. We're going to be drinking our green smoothies and eating our salads. No, we're not just going to take a picture of a salad or waste the salad and eat 5 cheeseburgers instead. We're actually going to eat healthy here. So I will never stop promoting whatever image I see fit on this channel. So if we want to be skinny, we have the right to be skinny, just like how you have the right to be fat. If you want to look like a purple-lipped woolly mammoth, then go ahead. And for the people who are like, oh, well, you shouldn't call people names. You can't call people that. You need to say a different name. Okay, you're a high-calorie person. A person who eats 20,000 calories a day. Does that make you feel better? Okay, a heavy set person that is built like a lawn gnome. Does that sound better? A person that is naturally shaped like a bowling ball. Is that good? Like, you can't control what other people think of you. When are people going to realize that? You cannot control what others think of you. So saying things like, oh, exoticals are fatphobic. Bitch, society is fatphobic. What are you talking about? I'm trying to set up women of color for reality. This channel is not a channel for good girls. This channel is not supposed to be politically correct. This channel thrives on telling the truth. So I will always promote eating healthy and exercising. No, I'm not going to promote eating 25,000 calories worth of McDonald's every single day. So if you want to do that, if you want to put on black and purple lipstick and have a parched afro and look like a purple-lipped woolly mammoth, that's fine. If you want to be a beluga whale, go for it. I wish you the best. But we would like to look like supermodels. And for the women who are bigger, they are BBWs. So big, beautiful women. So their face card still gives them pretty privilege. Beluga whales don't have the body or the face card in this society that we live in. Oh, well, that's messed up. Yeah. No, duh. Society is messed up. So at least I'm telling you the truth about the society you live in. Maybe if your mother or your family members actually told you the truth, you wouldn't be where you're at today. It's always the people who feel like they're at the bottom who want to drag you down with them. It's like, no, just because you don't know how to feed your body properly, just because your gut is filled with parasites that are literally sending negative signals to your brain. Did you know that serial killers, there has never been a serial killer that drank a healthy fruit smoothie before going out and unaliving people? There literally is a correlation between processed food and increased mental illness. So, have you noticed that all of my haters in particular, they all have the same beluga whale body shape? They all have the same vacuum cleaner shaped body. They will literally have a skinny neck, a bowling ball stomach, and then they will have 2 toothpicks as legs. They will literally be walking around bad built and have the audacity to talk about the Pretty Girl Club and trying to silence us and trying to stalk people or get them to stop talking about being healthy. No, we like to privilege stack over here. We believe that thin privilege exists. And the BBWs who are like minding their business, they have pretty privilege in the face. So they can still get away with a little bit of extra weight. You know how the people say, oh, well, he's only with her because she's light skinned. He's only with her because she is exotic looking. Okay, well, that's because her face card, her pretty privilege in the face is strong enough to still get her a good treatment in society. Yours isn't. So there's a difference between looking like a plus size supermodel versus a beluga whale. I said what I said. So trying to call people phobics, like, oh, you're being fat phobic. Okay, so now I can't talk about being skinny? Like, this is how I know that people have inferiority complexes. The only people that get super offended by a random YouTube video, if a YouTube video can destroy your self esteem, you never had any self esteem. This is why I say, I don't care what people say about me on the internet. I don't care. You can falsely dox however many photos you want. I don't care if you post a picture of a 700-pound woman and say that it's me. I know who I am in real life. I get enough validation in real life, so I could care less what dusty, beluga whale looking ass, purple lipped, woolly mammoth looking ass, dry ass afro having women have to say about this YouTube channel. I could care less because I am not defined by the opinions of others. So the fact that people even get riled up by me talking about weight or making jokes about it, that shows that they feel sensitive in that area. Okay, so then you have much bigger problems than YouTube, sweetheart. You need to get off of the internet and go touch grass. Actually, you need to go touch some weights. You need to go touch a treadmill. Yeah, do not go touch grass. Go touch the treadmill because clearly you have bigger problems than a random faceless troll on the internet. The difference between a BBW and a beluga whale is that a BBW still looks like a model in the face. She's still pretty in the face. She still has a beautiful smile or beautiful cheekbones, beautiful hair, or a nice shape to her body. If you're a beluga whale, you will feel like you're at the bottom. So I'm just saying, who would you rather listen to in terms of YouTube content? Would you rather listen to someone who promotes privilege stacking, social climbing, understanding how society actually works, and attaining social power? Or would you rather cater to people who try to silence others and call them phobics or colorist, textures, featurists? Because they're simply telling the truth about how society works. That's not going to work over here, sis. You're not going to be able to get me to lie and virtue signal and pretend like I'm this morally superior person. Oh my God, I'm such a good person. I'm just going to pander to you. I'm going to pander to this beluga whale and try to convince her that she's so much prettier than me. You're right. You're right, Miss Beluga. I'm way uglier than you. I wish I looked like you, Miss Beluga. No, I don't want to look like a beluga. So there's a difference between BBWs versus BWs. BBWs are big, beautiful women. BWs are beluga whales. Okay, so which one are you? Are you the BBW or are you the BW? Big, big, beautiful woman or beluga whale? Which one? Are you a rhinoceros? Which one? Are you a plus size pretty girl or are you a rhinoceros? Has anyone ever noticed that it's okay to body shame the women who have privilege when it comes to their bodies? So you can body shame light skinned women. You can body shame skinny women. You can body shame all other different types of people except for the ones that you feel are at the bottom. So, no, if you want to try to talk crap or silence us, we have the right to clap back if we want to. We have the right to clap back. I have freedom of speech. Okay? I didn't even curse at you. All I said was, you're a beluga whale. That's all I said. All I said was, you look like a purple lipped woolly mammoth with a parched afro. That's how you look. Your afro looks dry. Okay. I said what I said. So let's get into the psychology of woolly mammoths. Okay, so a woolly mammoth is the type of woman who will constantly take out her horns. Okay, because the horns, we're going to use the horns to represent having an evil spirit or being evil and demonic towards people and trying to silence other people or trying to body shame other people. Having the audacity to body shame other people's skin tones or their hair or whatever it is about them. You're over here causing earthquakes when you walk in the room. You probably can't even fit in the door. Can you even sit in an airplane seat? So you can't even sit in an airplane seat without your yams touching another person's thigh next to you. Your body looks like it's about to be cut in half when you put on the seatbelt in the airplane because that's how big you are, yet you have the audacity to talk about other women's looks. Those are the types of women that I'm talking about when I say that they are beluga whales. That's how they are. Whales, they like preying on other people. They like preying on smaller people. So, no, I'm going to continue to promote women being healthy and eating healthy and living long lives, because sometimes these woolly mammoth types of women, these fat ass bitches sometimes, and I'm talking about the lazy ones who like to bash other people's bodies, those types of women are the same ones that will purposely give bad advice, or they will try to gatekeep certain advice. They're the type of women that want you to stay at the bottom. They want you to suffer with them. So, no, we're not going to have big back behaviors. We are going to get off of our butts. We're going to go on our pretty girl walks. We're going to flip our hair in your face or flip our weave in your face, because guess what? At least I have the arm strength to lift my arms to put a synthetic wig on my head. Can you even lift your arm? How much does one finger weigh? How much does one of your fingers weigh? How much does one of your arms weigh? And don't try to make excuses like, oh, I'm only a little bit overweight. I'm not 100 pounds overweight. I'm only 40 pounds overweight. Bitch, you still have the excess weight of an entire kindergartner hanging off of your stomach right now. And you have the audacity to talk about other women's bodies on the internet. Women who literally could be models, or women who are literally taking care of themselves, going to the gym and actually eating salads every day. Do you even know what a salad is? You're over here wearing pants that look like a parachute. I could use one pair of your pants as my comforter to sleep in tonight. I could use a pair of your pants as a sleeping bag to go camping this weekend. And you have the audacity to talk about other women's appearance. And these are the same types of women that are the most male-centered. They pedestalize men the most because they have the least male attention. Because we all know that when it comes to the male gaze, obviously the male gaze would favor women who have maybe more proportionate bodies. So I'm being honest about that on here. BBWs are honest about that. Big, beautiful women, they understand, okay, my body may not be hitting like that in terms of societal standards, but my face card doesn't decline. So BBWs, they have the face card, or they have the body proportions, or they're working on themselves and losing the weight every day, or they're taking care of the medical issues that need to be taken care of. They don't just sit around on their asses in a rocking chair or sit around in one of those electric wheelchair things because they can't. Oh my God, I'm such a troll. They don't just sit around in one of those electric wheelchair things because they're too lazy to walk around the Walmart and talk shit about people on the internet, or try to stalk people and say, well, you're not even pretty. She has nothing about her life that I want. No, we probably do have things about our lives that you want, such as having a flat stomach, bitch. How about them apples? My stomach is flat when I wake up in the morning. My stomach is flat when I eat cupcakes. I can wear a bikini and look beautiful. I don't have dimples and ham hocks and yams hanging out undigested in my stomach. I only have one chin. I don't have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50, 11 chins. My chin doesn't look like an iguana or a frog when I turn to the side. So you have much bigger problems than worrying about what some random women look like on YouTube or what random women are talking about on the internet. And this is exactly what I mean when I say the mindset is off, because not only are they lazy, if they're lazy with their body, if they have an undisciplined mindset in their body, what other areas of life do you think they would have an undisciplined mindset in? So, people talking about exoticals having lack of self awareness or being delusional, you're delusional. You have an entire elementary schooler hanging off of your lower back right now, and you have the audacity to say that the exoticals lack self awareness. We lack self awareness, yet you're dragging around 75 pounds of excess fat every single day, and you have the audacity to talk about skinny, beautiful women on this YouTube channel. So, because we want to drink green juice, or we want to take probiotics or eat Greek yogurt or do all of these different things, take in all these kefirs and stuff, because we want to drink kombucha, we lack self awareness. Something's wrong with us. Oh my God, your skin must be gray. That's called eating healthy, bitch. Oh my God, your skin looks different. It must be gray. Yeah, you know nothing about skin glowing. Your skin is dull because all you eat is processed foods 24/7. You eat McDonald's, Burger King, Whataburger, Waffle House, chicken and waffles, Roscoe's, hams, yams, tomatoes, potatoes, hogs, mogs, logs.
I got beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, rams, hogs, dogs, chicken, turkeys, rabbits. You name it!
You're eating all this shit and have the audacity to talk about other women's appearances on the internet. This is exactly the mental illness that I'm discussing. You have way bigger problems to worry about than what's going on here in these internet streets. You need to get out into the actual streets and actually go on a walk for once in your life. Do you even know how to walk? Can you still do that? Do your muscles, do you even have the muscle capacity to carry around all of those extra pounds? You can probably barely even take 5 steps in your kitchen. No wonder you're sitting around in your rocking chairs talking shit. No wonder you're sitting around behind the microphones talking shit about the women on this channel, saying you shouldn't say stuff about fat people, or you're being fatphobic, or these women lack self-awareness, or these women have bad wigs, these women are wearing too much makeup, they're getting plastic surgery. Bitch, you need to get bypass surgery. What are you doing? I hope you're using the money from talking shit so you can save up money for your bypass surgery. That's what I hope you're doing. Because you have much bigger problems than what's going on here in these YouTube pretty girl streets. So we don't care what anybody thinks of our weight loss journeys, of our body shapes, or how we want to look. We will continue to drink our smoothies. We're going to go on walks. Yes, we're going to go hiking. Yes, we're going canoeing and boating and running. And we're going to do whatever we want. We have the right to be as beautiful as we want. We have the right to be as skinny as we want. If we want to have 6-packs, we're going to have 6-packs, and nobody's going to stop us or guilt us. Oh, that's being fatphobic. You're shaming people's bodies. I'm shaming people's bodies while you are simultaneously trying to shame our bodies for being skinny. And this is me addressing people who are trying to shame me for making that video about unlearning big back behaviors. Yeah, I stand 10 toes down on everything I've ever said or done on this channel. I will never apologize for anything I've ever said or done on this channel. Nobody will be able to bully me off YouTube. Nobody will be able to bully any of us into silence. We will continue to be as fit or as pretty as we want. We can eat what we want. Just like you ate 5 cupcakes and some ham hocks and candied yams and collard greens, we chose to eat a kale salad. So why can't 2 things be true at the same time? I look like a model and you look like a big back. Okay, cool. Problem solved. We look like pretty girls and you look like beluga whales. Okay, great. So now, for those of you who are wondering, think about the psychology of those types of women. What type of woman would you rather be friends with? What type of woman would you rather learn from? A woman who has a pretty girl mindset or a woman who has a beluga whale mindset? I'm just asking a question. I mean, if you want to go to Beluga Whale University, that's fine. I'm sure they will teach you all about binge eating and how to eat your feelings and how to handle rejection, and I mean, because they have to deal with it all the time. So we don't fear rejection over here. When people say, oh, you can't say stuff about fat people, or you're lacking in self-awareness, or they're saying all these talking points, it's like, no, you're hoping that I have a fear of rejection. You're hoping that I have a fear of what other people think of me. I don't. So that was a nice attempt at trying to silence the Exoticals, but clearly it failed. So I don't care how many purple-lipped woolly mammoths try to come against the exotical space. I don't care how many big back beluga whales who are shaped like vacuum cleaners and sacks of laundry try to come for the appearance of the exoticals. We're never going to stop. We're not going to stop creating content. We're not going to stop drinking smoothies. We're not going to stop with our kombucha. We will continue to look however we want to look. Whether it's real, whether it's fake, whether we wear push-up bras, fajas, whatever we want to wear, we can wear it. So just like how you get to look like a bowling ball or a giant blueberry when you walk into the room, just like how you get to eat 25 pounds of carbs per day, we get to eat fruits and vegetables. Okay, so you eat beluga whale food and I will eat my pretty girl food. Problem solved. Why can't we both just mind our business and do our own thing? That's what I'm going to do. So if I want to be pretty and I enjoy being pretty, I have the right to do so. We enjoy our pretty privilege over here. Yes, being pretty is a privilege. Yes, being thin is a privilege. Thin people receive different treatment than beluga whales. They do. I said what I said. The only people who get mad at my use of the term beluga whales are beluga whales. You're mad because you are a beluga whale who doesn't want anyone else to know that you're a beluga whale. But we know that you're beluga whales. We know that you look like woolly mammoths. So this is why I say on YouTube and just in life in general, there's always going to be a battle of the femcells, the basic betties, the beluga whales versus the leveled up women and the pretty girls or the BBWs. So BBWs, the big beautiful women, they're on our side because they're not offended by it because they still know their own beauty. So even if they're struggling, they're still fighting the good fight. They're still making progress. Just because somebody eats or they fail, it doesn't mean that they can't get back up. So BBWs, big beautiful women, they are simply operating in the pretty privilege that they have right now as they are leveling up. So that's different than somebody who has a sloppy ass mindset and they just want to be a predator and they just want to swim around everywhere and talk shit and lurk until they go extinct like a woolly mammoth. So there's a difference in mindset there. Also, let's get into the psychology of fat people. Yes, I said what I said. Let's get into the psychology of people who have eating disorders to the point where they're binging, they're eating their feelings. A lot of people who are obese, they struggle with inferiority complexes. It could be based on their weight. A lot of fat women will hide behind isms. They'll try to blame, kind of like that one girl who made that video where she was talking about, I don't have pretty privilege and that sucks. And then she tried to blame it on her skin tone. It's like, no, sis, your dark skin tone is actually the best thing you have going for you right now because everything else could potentially be worked on. And I'm trying to be nice. But it's like, you're overlooking the fact that you literally are 250 pounds and you want to go straight to blaming it on your skin tone. No, it's not your skin tone. It's your gigantic stomach that is getting in the way of everything. You can't even put on a shirt without sweating because that's how big you are. And you have the audacity to throw all of the other dark skinned women under the bus and associate them with you. No, that's not their problem. There are plenty of dark skinned women who are in shape, whose bodies actually don't look like a beluga whale, who are living their best lives. So we're not going to tolerate the victim mentality over here. No, I don't feel sorry for you because you are the one who chose to sit around and eat 25 bags of Fritos. So you're walking around here, your stomach's hanging out of your jeans, you can't walk around without sweating, you're constantly drenched in sweat, you're probably musty and nasty, you got wet spots in between your legs, on your leggings, and then men are repulsed by you, women don't want to be your friend, and then you want to try to blame it on skin tone. That's laughable. And this is what I'm talking about when I say mental illness, because the excuses have gone too far. There's always a problem for every solution. That's the mindset of some people who have these inferiority complexes. So that's what I'm talking about when I say BBWs versus beluga whales. We don't have a beluga whale mindset over here. We don't try to blame everything on skin tone. And also, we don't try to put on a ton of makeup to distract from the fact that I literally have a giant muffin top hanging over my jeans. We all can still see the muffin top, sis. We can see the muffin top from afar. So you may want to work on that. Instead of spending all the money on the makeup, instead of talking shit about other people's bodies or skin tones or wigs or YouTube channels or their businesses or talking crap and body shaming skinny people, you may want to take some of that makeup money and stop trying to cover up the double chin. Don't try to contour the 5 chins away because it's not going to work. We can see the huge, gigantic line on the side of your face. So don't try to contour it away. You can't contour 150 pounds off your face, sis. I don't care how many corsets and girdles you wear. You're going to smell nasty. It's going to be musty. You're going to pop that girdle as soon as you start walking. You're going to pop the buttons on your pants as soon as you sit down. And then you have the audacity to talk crap about us over here in the exotical space, trying to be healthy, trying to level up, We're going on pretty girl walks. We're empowering each other. We're starting our own businesses. We're promoting having a healthy body image. Let's be honest, a lot of obese women, they do not have a healthy body image. So why would anybody want to follow that? Of course, you're going to have extremely codependent views. Of course, you're going to be emotionally codependent. That's a sign of emotional codependence. Oh, let me try to silence everybody else, and let me try to shame my subscribers and tell them not to watch certain content because I'm afraid that people won't accept me. Because I'm afraid that people will no longer accept me. I'm afraid of no longer being popular. That's called emotional codependency. So you're the one who struggles with regulating your emotions. You don't know how to regulate your emotions. That's why you eat your emotions. That's why you come on here and do inflammatory live streams. That's why you're stalking people. That's why you're attempting to falsely dox whoever comes through your path. And then the people that you falsely dox look 25 times better than you. And then you don't want to acknowledge that person's beauty. You don't want to acknowledge the fact that their body looks way better than yours ever could. You don't want to acknowledge the fact that you're a big back beluga whale. Instead, you want to make excuses, or you want to body shame the skinny person and say they eat like a rabbit, or you want to make comments about the types of stuff that we do. Oh, you're promoting eating disorders. No, I can't force anybody to have an eating disorder who didn't already have the psychology of a person with an eating disorder. I said what I said. I promote self-discipline on this channel because self-discipline is a form of self-love. It's actually the highest form of self-love. So you want me to believe that a woman who can't even discipline herself with her own body, literally all you have in this life is your body. Without your body working, you're literally dead. So she can't even discipline herself to love her own body, and you expect me to believe that suddenly she loves herself more than I love myself? You got me all the way fucked up. A lot of women with a big back mindset, they struggle to love themselves. They struggle to discipline themselves. Um, they don't want to go and get their hormones checked. They don't want to see what fruits and vegetables work for them. They don't care about themselves enough to even cook for themselves. So it's like, you don't give an F about yourself. So how am I supposed to believe that you give an F about your friends and family and subscribers or people around you? You don't. You have a crabs in a barrel mentality because you sabotage yourself. So of course you're going to try to sabotage anybody that's more successful than you. So yeah, I don't take these purple-lipped woolly mammoths seriously. I don't take them seriously. They need to have a seat at the buffet where they belong. They need to get out of my comment section. Go find a content creator that resonates with you. Nobody's begging you to be here. Nobody, if you don't like our content over here, don't watch us. Keep scrolling, bitch. Go back to the buffet then, ho. Go eat some cupcakes, bitch. Because we didn't beg you to come to our channels. And no, I don't feel sorry for these types of women because these are the types of women who bully women who are trying to level up, or they try to sabotage the BBW women who are working on themselves and leveling up in all other areas of life. They try to sabotage those women and try to make those women have the same inferiority complexes. No, we're not tolerating it over here. So we will continue to drink our green juices. We will continue to shop at farmers markets and eat organic. We don't care how much it costs. Me paying $3 for some fruits and vegetables, trust me, that's a very good investment. That's a way better investment than $3 in a cheeseburger. It's a way better investment than having to pay for surgeries and having to save up for gastric bypass because that's how big I am. Anyway, what do you ladies think? Do you know any beluga whales? Let me know in the comments section and I'll talk to you next time. Stay pretty, ladies.